Hi everybody, it's Kelly from Wild Talks and Nature Walks, and as promised, we are about to have the video SD card unboxing event. So stay tuned. I'm going to set up my computer, I'm going to set up my camera to record what we see, and you'll get my comments as we go along. Some may be very exciting, some of it may be boring and we fast forward through it. You never know, it's going to be a mixed bag. But come along and I hope you join me, and I'll talk to you in a few minutes. See you soon. Okay, so here we go. This isn't going to be the best picture in the world, but there is my laptop. I have just plugged my card in, and as I'm doing this at the farm, it's basically set up on a camp chair, and I'm using a small cooler for a mouse. So we'll see how this goes. Let me get in here. I am really excited. I am not sure which camera this is. I think this is the new one, number 3, that we just deployed for the first time week before last. And let's see if we've got anything on here. Okay, that looks good. All right, we've got a few. Let's see what we've got here. So what I do normally is I will highlight all of them, and that way they will play one after another. So we'll go up to this first one, we'll open it, and I'm going to stop it. Okay, so that's me. I'm going to go ahead and put it in full screen so it's a little bit easier. Oh, okay. Remember, I think I told you guys when I was setting up this camera in the deployment video that it was close to sunset. You can see that the camera is already in night mode vision. So the color has dropped out, and that does save battery life. But when it goes to the night vision camera, it is black and white, but you get a lot of crisp detail, so it's easy to see things. Let me see if I can pull this in just a little bit more. There, okay. So as promised, nobody needs to watch me do this, so this is just me taking the SD card out of the camera. So I'm going to skip on ahead of that one. Oh, okay, let's see. This is a night shot. Let's see what we've got. You might be able to hear some video, some volume too. Let me just check the volume on here and make sure that is up as far as it will go. Bear with me one moment. Here we go. Let's check that. Yep, that's up as far as it'll go. So let's see what we've got. Here are those 2 thin trees that I originally set the camera up to shoot between. So let's see what we've got. Something triggered it. It may have already walked out of frame, but let's take a look. Oh, can you see the deer in the background? Right there. I bet a deer walked by earlier, and that's what set that off. Sometimes if you don't see anything in the foreground, you can see her going backwards. Right there. So there is a deer trail that comes down that hill. I thought there must be, but it's nice to have confirmation of that. So probably one went through very quickly and set the camera off, and it kept filming as that second one moved through there. Sometimes all you can see is a little bit of eye shine, but it's always worth looking at what's in the background. So that's cool. That's from the 10th. Okay, this is 7:19 in the evening. And I think, yep, there's another deer right up here. Let's watch it come down. There we go. Can you see that? Right there. Oh, hello. This is why I love doing this in person. That's what set it off. Oh, wow. Okay. That was interesting. Let's go back and look at that one again. Oh my gosh, that was pretty funny. Oh, lordy. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. You never know what you're going to get. Literally, like I said, that's like a Forrest Gump box of chocolates there. That is hilarious. That also took me by surprise. There's another one in the background right here coming down. So that's a fairly active deer trail. That's interesting. They're going right across the creek there. Okay, I'm not seeing anything right there. Again, sometimes it's a whole lot of nothing, but I suspected I would get deer. That's from almost 8:30, the evening of the 10th. Oh, hello. Now that's a nice young buck right there. The interesting thing is, I know it's hard to tell with the freeze frame. It's kind of blurry. I try to enlarge that a little bit in my phone. But this buck has shed the outer layer of skin that nourishes the antlers when they're growing. The antlers don't grow from inside, they grow from the outside in. And when they're growing, they're covered with a thin layer of skin that has, it's really rich in blood vessels because that's what's transporting all of the calcium and the minerals and the nutrients from the buck's body and digestive system through its bloodstream to the antlers that causes them to grow because the antlers are bone. So every year, a buck, a male deer, will grow that set of antlers, and then after the breeding season, the rut is over. In the winter, in our area, that could be anywhere from mid February all the way up until mid April. I've seen bucks with a set of antlers in mid April that were from the previous year. They will drop them after that breeding season. Their hormone levels, the testosterone levels go down, and the bases of the antlers become brittle. So literally, if they jump and step too hard, or if they knock it against a branch or a tree, then they will just fall off. There'll be a little scab there at the base of the antler, right on their head. For a couple of days, it'll heal over just like you do when you skin your knee, and then the next set of antlers will grow for the next year. So what's interesting with this is here we are in mid-September, and these bucks antlers they've already shed their velvet, so they are fully grown. And the reason I know that is because they're lighter in color, they're reflecting that light back from the camera, and the points are very defined. If they were still covered in velvet, the tips of the points would almost look rounded. They wouldn't look sharp and pointed like they do here. So this is a buck that's getting ready for the breeding season. Looks like he's in good shape. He's gotten a lot of good food over the summer. His coat looks healthy. He's got nice body weight. Beautiful animal. Of course, we're getting a good shot of his butt. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, this is the 14th at about 8:30. Again, I'm not seeing anything setting that off. Let me shrink this back down so you guys can get a full picture again. I hope you're enjoying this a little bit. Like I said, I know a lot of it is a whole lot of nothing, but sometimes something will trip that camera and then immediately walk out of frame and you don't get to see what did it. But that is a gorgeous view of that gully. I'm real happy with that. Oh, there's a nice doe. Interesting, the sun's out. You see her down there in the corner. So there must be a deer trail that runs right in front of or right beside my camera. Now, the leaves on the trees, you can see them blowing in the wind. That's probably triggering the camera too that day. Oh, something scared you. What was this? Oh, it looks like a fawn. I can't tell spots, but it looks very small. So that's probably a fawn. Mom may have just walked by, and that is why baby's running to keep up with her a bit. I think the time signature is off on my camera because that says it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I know that's not right. Hang on, what's that? Did you guys see that back up there on the hill? That could just be light through the trees right back up here, but sometimes if I see movement, I'll freeze frame it and I'll go back and take a look at what it is. And it looks like it's just branches waving in the wind and light dappling through from the sun. Yeah, that's what that is. Sometimes I've seen that and it's been a squirrel or another larger animal in the background, so it's always worth checking. Okay, there's a deer back here. Again, I think the time signature is off on my camera. Now, what I find interesting, I'm going to be quiet and let you listen. Right about here. Did you hear that knock? Now, that could have been an acorn or something falling from a tree and hitting the ground behind the camera. Occasionally, I think I'll get deer or raccoon sniffing around the backside of my camera on the straps, and that's that buckle banging. So sometimes you'll hear noises, but you won't see anything. And there's that deer going up the hill right there. It's that same buck again, looks like. It's a pretty active gully. I'm pleased. That could be that same one, but I think that looks like a different one. Much smaller antlers, but again, good body weight. The deer are getting plenty to eat and good quality forage around here. He looks fantastic. He's beautiful. Coat's in good condition, body's in good condition. Just amazing. Oh, come on. All right, bear with me. That seems to have frozen for a minute. Let's see where we are. We're almost at the bottom, so I'm going to go from the back side up. Start there. Here we go. Okay, and again, I'm just going to stop it and make it big. There we go. Shrink that down a little bit so you guys can see better. We may have a repeat. Oh, that's a nice. Look at her head. She's beautiful. Oh, good. That's a new one. I don't remember seeing one turn around and look like that. That's great. Fantastic. That's a beautiful little gully there. It really is. Okay, there was that fawn. Bear with me, I'm going to skip ahead on this one. Okay, there's the one in the background. There was that knock on the back of my camera. There's the buck. Okay, there's the buck that's the different one. I'm happy to see them. Everybody that I've seen has been in such great condition. That means they're getting plenty of food, so they should be set up to go through the winter fairly well. There's the first one that we saw that I said had shed his... all of these guys have shed the velvet off their antlers. That's good. They should have no problems making it through the winter unless it's a really, really severe winter. Oh, now this is a little cutie. Look at this. Let's see if he comes back into frame. Little tiny antlers. So this guy may only be about 2 years old. Normally, young male deer, their first winter, their first fall, they will not grow a set of antlers usually. They may get a little, tiny little, what they call a button, which is why they call them button bucks, on the top of their head, but it never really breaks through the skin, and it doesn't shed velvet, and it's not a polished point. Usually in their second year, they will have what they call a set of spikes, which is what these are. Two just single little tiny spike antlers. It looks like this guy has shed his velvet too, but I'm estimating that this is probably a 2-year-old buck. Oh, what a cutie. Little guy. Think college age. Like a college age guy growing his first mustache. It's got a little bit of growing to do. There he is again. That's a little better shot. See if he gets his head up. You can just see them right there. Yeah, so this is a very active little gully. Now, what was that? Oh, something fell. Could have been an insect, could have been debris. There is a deer back there coming down the hill. There. And there's me. So that brings us to the end of this one. All right, well, not a lot of exciting stuff on that, but really cool to open that up with you guys here. Well, there you have it. That's the first of our video unboxing adventures of SD cards from my wildlife cameras. Now, there will be more to come because my cameras are deployed all the time. Like I said, I check them about once every week and a half to 2 weeks. As I get new footage in, we will definitely share that with you on the channel. Some of it will be just like what we just did with me discovering it with you. Some of it is going to be me going through and selecting the creme de la creme and skimming out maybe some of the repetitive ones like the mouse running up the stick. Anyway, we'll see. Or grass waving in the wind. But I hope you joined me for those. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. If you have any questions about what we looked at or any questions at all, leave them in the comments and let me know. I really want to hear from everybody. So far, I've only got one question. Please talk to me. I want to get to know everybody that's out there and watching. Thank you to the 6 folks who have subscribed so far. I hope you keep watching and keep enjoying what you see. And don't forget, like the videos if you do. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you can be notified whenever I put new content up. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.